What's up, guys? Disclaimer, I literally just recorded this video and I thought it was perfect and it wasn't recording at all. So, is this recording? Let me see. Okay, it's recording. Cool. So, I want to make this video for a little while. Actually, before I even say that, thank you guys again for clicking on the video, for subscribing. And if you're not subscribed and you're watching this video, this probably isn't your first video or first time watching me, so subscribe to the channel, man. But yeah, thank you guys. So I wanted to make this video for a while. It's basically my journey as a FIFA player / FIFA Pro Clubs player over the last 15 years as a FIFA player, and then the last 10 years as a Pro Clubs player. So my journey kind of started in 2006. I was 9, just playing FIFA World Cup, FIFA World Cup 2006. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but if you're old enough, you probably do. I think it had like maybe Ronaldinho on the cover or someone on the cover. It wasn't Messi or Ronaldo, it was somebody else. But I started playing that game, getting spanked by my brothers for like however many, 4, 5, 6 years. And then fast forward to 2010, where I had both FIFA and PES, right? So what was cool about PES was I was able to create a team of just like, I named all the players like my family members or like my close friends at that time, and then I would only control my player. So it's like what Pro Clubs is, or what career mode is when you build a pro. It's kind of the same thing, but I did it on PES, right? Because I wasn't too into what FIFA was working with at that time. So I did that. It was a lot of fun. And then the following year, FIFA 11, I realized you could do the same thing that you did on PES. Not create the whole team. I don't want to do that, but have a pro and you just control your pro however you want. So I did that. I joined Liverpool, and then I moved to Real Madrid. And because I was in Real Madrid and I was with Ronaldo and Ozil and, Higuain, Benzema, whatever, like, I had a lot of good players, so it was easy for me to get goals and assists and whatnot, and that made it even more fun. So that the following year in FIFA 12, I was like, okay, let me try this Pro Clubs thing. I didn't even know that FIFA 11, people were already playing Pro Clubs competitively as well. I can't remember the name's team, but they play. I think if they still play today, they'd probably be one of the best teams in the United States today. Like, based on how they were playing back then, they were that good. So 12, I got in. I was 12, so I must have been almost 15 going into FIFA 12. So I was going into freshman year of high school. I didn't really have time to play. I was trying to get my grades up, prepping for college, blah, blah, blah. Go to college. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't matter. But whatever. I wasn't playing for like the first 6, 7 months of that the game was out, because I was, focusing on school, my grades, and I was playing on the soccer team at that time. So I didn't have time to play video games, which is crazy now because I have a lot of time to play video games. So I had to wait till the summer of FIFA 12, which is actually 2012, because the game comes out a year before the actual name of the year. So I started playing in about June. I was just playing, building on my pro, playing drop-ins. At this point, I was like new to the game, so I didn't realize how trash drop-ins is, but drop-ins is the worst experience a Pro Clubs player can ever have. When you have no friends to play with and you have to play drop-ins, that is the worst experience I've ever had in my entire life. That's just what it is. But anyway, so I'm playing, and I don't even know how I started making friends, but I made this first friend. His name was Charter Bus. We were playing together, kind of like duos. We just played 2 games. Either one of us would be striker, one of us would be cam, and we played together in a seasons match. And it was fun. And then over time, we picked up a couple more friends, guys like AE Christian, Diamonds, Kick-Ass Jat. There was a couple more, but interesting enough, we have he made a, what's this thing called, as a comp of our team that summer of 2012. And I'm gonna put the link in the description so you guys can see and you can see all the names of the guys I play with. To this day, Bus is the only guy like I'm still friends with on PlayStation. I don't know what the rest of them are, but they're all great players. We had a lot of fun. So in that summer, we won 2 national championships. Now, they're not competitive championships, but if you guys remember back then, you had the top rankings of all the teams in the world, but then you also had rankings for like a month in a continent, right? So in North America, we finished top of those in, I think it was June and July, or July and August, one of the two. But we finished the top 2 months in a row, and we got the titles. You see in the video what I mean by when it says like national champions. And then that was when I was like, okay, this is like fun. Like we're playing good. We're making comps. We're finishing top of in the country. Like I could really get behind this. So 13, kind of kept doing the same thing, playing with the same guys, having some fun. But again, like I'm in school, so I'm not really active as much as I would like to be. And then 14 was my junior year I was going into my junior year of high school. So this time I had a little bit more time because I did really well freshman and sophomore year. So I was kind of like, you know what, junior year, let me play a little bit more video games. I'm on varsity now. Life is good. Let me not worry too much about school, whatever. Don't do that. Try to get the best grades you can and then play video games. But anyways, FIFA 14 is probably my favorite FIFA game of all time. I think many of you who have played FIFA for a long time will agree with that. This is when I stopped playing striker as much, or winger. I started playing more center mid, cam, midfield positions, right? This is when I met probably like one of my best friend from PlayStation, Snowden. You make a lot of friends when you play pro clubs. Like it's just gonna happen. It's just people you probably never see in real life or haven't seen in real life. You probably make a lot of friends. But this is when I met him, and we were just playing we play like a 5-4-1 formation, and we both play center mid, and we would just like pass like 80 passes a game, and like score. We just kept scoring and just long shots, blah blah blah. And that's when I got my real taste of like, oh, I like this passing thing. I like playing midfield a lot more than scoring. Scoring's fun, but like you don't get as much impact on the game. You don't get to tackle, you don't get to pass, you don't get to, just have the ball all the time. It's kind of like you relying on the people behind you. So I like that. So I did that, and then 15, 16, 17 were the senior year of my high school, and then the freshman and sophomore year of my college. So I wasn't really playing FIFA that much, right? I didn't have a system. I didn't take a system to school, and then I didn't take a system to school, and then I barely played while I was in school, like by myself. I would always play like 1v1s with people, which I hate, by the way. I hate playing 1v1s or 11v11s. I only like pro clubs, or Volta. I like Volta, but I did that. So I took like 3 years off after playing for 12, 13, and 14. So at 3 years on, 3 years off. And then 18, I kind of started getting back into it. And then 19 is when I got my system and I got FIFA 19. Like the December of 2018 is when I got it. So we go through that. I get back into the game. I have a couple of my friends from, FIFA 14 that are still there. Like most of them probably deleted me because they're like, 3 years, this guy's not been on. Like, who cares? He's probably done. Started playing FIFA 19. It was fun. Again, playing center mid because I preferred it to striker or winger or whatever. And then in FIFA 20 is when people started telling me, oh, bro, you need to get in this competitive scene. You need to, I think you're good enough to play, with, top players, blah, blah, blah. I don't think anybody actually ever said those words, but I probably just put that in there to make myself sound good. But bottom line is they were like, get into competitive scene, like you're gonna enjoy it. So I get in. This is February of 2021 in FIFA 20. So Feb 2020, right? In FIFA 21. So I joined the team. I joined Dream Team. We're in D3. We kill it in D3. Then we go to D2. And then we lose in the semifinals of the playoffs, so we don't go to D1. So I'm like, all right, I didn't really like the play style. I'm not really having fun, so I just left. I left with Snow, and then we go and make our own team called Technique. Technique, we started, I think it's maybe October of 2020. October 2020, we start first season, boom, we get promoted to D1. That season, I led both goals and assists in the league. And I can't remember, but I spoke to an admin. I was like, has anyone ever done this before? And he was like, I don't know. So to my knowledge, I'm the only person to lead the league in both assists and goals in both East and West Division. So I'm holding on to that to the grave. But anyways, so we go to D1. Our first season in D1, we kill it. I'm talking about we finished, I think, fourth or fifth in the rankings. Finished fourth or I think fifth was when we finished. So we finished fifth. I was top of the league in assists. Made the team of the season, and then we get to the playoffs. We get past the first round, and then we lose to, I believe it was Holix or Prolific or Infamous, one of the best teams in the nation. We lose to. So the next season we lose like half our players. It's probably important to add that in that first season, I was like a dictator, like, come on guys, pass the ball, shoot the ball, why are we conceding goals, blah blah blah. Which, like, for me, like, I'm like a hard-nosed guy, right? So like I'm always like 100% aggressive. I gotta win all the time, like top player, right? And then that first season kind of showed me that like most people can't handle that. Like they can't handle criticism, or or maybe the tone I was using was just wrong, right? So I learned that, and I was like, okay, going forward, I gotta just reduce my mic, speak in a low tone, don't grunt and as much or whatever. So I was like, all right, let me get better at that. But anyways, so the next season in D1, half my team is gone. Like they're all moved to West Division. They wanted the easy way out. West is easy, so whatever. But I'm just kidding. But half my team leaves. I get a bunch of new guys. Long story short, we get relegated. Right, we get relegated. I still had a pretty good season in my opinion. I was third in assists, and we scored like 26 goals. I had like 16 assists, but it's not important. The team is important. But we got relegated. So I gave the team away. I was like, whoever wants this team can have this team. I told the admin, I was like, hey, give this team away. I don't care who has it, but I'm done managing that team for forever. And then I just point out, like, I have no team, so I'm like shopping around, like what team wants me. Some of the good teams already have cams, or they already have 11s that they don't want to like mess up or change the dynamic of the team. And then some of the middle to lower teams don't have the best cams or whatever, and they're like, okay, we can sign you, blah blah blah. But I wasn't really seeing the best situation, and this is ACL, right? This is the top league in the United States, basically. It's ACL, VPGA are the top two leagues in the nation. So I was looking for teams for those two leagues, and I couldn't really find one. So I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just not gonna focus on those two leagues anymore. So at this point, because of what I did in D1 the first season, a lot of people wanted to sign me for like their other leagues. So like I'm talking like VPG, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Honduran leagues, Venezuelan leagues, Mexican leagues, all that type of stuff. So at a certain point in 2021, I was playing like 8 leagues during the week. So like Monday through Thursday, I was playing leagues, and then I had like Sunday leagues. It was too much. So I like scrapped all that. I was like, all right, screw this. I'm not playing 8 leagues in one week anymore. Like I can't be glued to my screen for 4 hours a day. With this much stress. Like I can play FIFA for 6 to 8 hours a day just on my system, but like the stress of maybe not playing with the best players, or guys that just make simple mistakes, it just weighs on your head, and you're just like, I can't do this anymore. So I was like, I'm done with that. I can't, unless I'm playing on like one of the best teams, I can't play 8 leagues. It's just not gonna be fun enough. So that kind of takes me to where I am now, where I really just play a Costa Rican league and a Brazilian league on Sundays. Like I have maybe 2 hours a day where I'm committed to a team, and then the rest is just playing with my friends or creating content or whatever. But I will say, going into 2022, into a new season, I will be back on the ACL team. I will be on a VPG team. I don't know which team yet. I'm gonna stay, playing Costa Rican league. I don't know if I'm gonna hop into an Ecuadorian league or not, but I know ACL, VPGA, VPG Costa Rica, PGS Costa Rica, and Brazilian league. I will probably be playing all those in 2022. So that's a lot of games, a lot of content that will be coming up next year as well for you guys. So yeah, just tune in, and it's gonna be fun. The streams are gonna be fun. They've already been fun for the last 3 weeks since I joined this team. So we're getting a lot of viewership and comments and all that type of stuff. So it's been fun. So that's kind of my FIFA Pro Clubs journey from FIFA 12 to FIFA 22. I will say probably the game kind of stalled in development in 14. I haven't really seen much change in Pro Clubs since. I mean, the colors and designs have changed, but like overall the game has kind of stayed stagnant. But if you guys remember, before 22 came out, a lot of talk was made about the EA developers having a FIFA Pro Clubs guy. I don't know if it's just one guy doing all the Pro Clubs, but they were like, oh, we're gonna put a lot more effort into Pro Clubs, try to make it as competitive as FUT, which would bring a lot of players, a lot of viewership, a lot of money into the Pro Club scene, which I do see happening in the next 3 to 5 years. I see Pro Clubs being really, really big. Maybe not as big as FUT, because FUT has a lot of years behind it, but being really, really big. Because you got to think about it. Pro Clubs is I don't want to say the best mode for everybody, but for me, it's definitely the best mode because it's like the most interactive. You don't have to pay to have the best teams. You can just create the best teams with all your friends, right? And everybody has the ability to get as good as the next guy with just the amount of practice, right? So yeah, I think if you're looking at this video and you're thinking, how do I get into Pro Clubs? My journey is just you just find friends to play with in seasons, and then maybe they play competitive, or you can find competitive people to play with. There's also a whole chat, a whole group in Facebook where the community is. So if you want to get added to that, make sure to contact me or just drop a mention in the comments, and I'll try to get you into that. But yeah, Pro Clubs is a lot of fun. This is a great time to get in. It's gonna get a lot bigger in the next couple years. So get in now and don't wait, to 2026, and then you're like, oh, how am I gonna compete? These guys have so many years on me. Get in now, learn now. This is a great game to learn because it's not easy to play FIFA 22 in general. So if you can play this game, you can play any future FIFA for sure. I don't think it's gonna get any harder than this. But yeah, like the video, guys. Like the video, right? It helps the algorithm, gets us more viewers, more subscribers, just gets us in a better place, right? If you love the content, like the videos, go back to all the other videos, like those videos, and just get us up there, man. We're a new channel, and we're trying to get up there. Pro Clubs doesn't have a lot of big streamers, a lot of big YouTubers as of now. I'm sure you guys probably know JCC, or is it JJC? Bro, I'm sorry if I messed that up, but yeah, he's in England and he's huge. He has like 200K subscribers. He's a really good player, great content. If you guys need more, I have my own explanations and how I play and things like that, but he's a striker as well. Majority a striker, so he has a lot of good content about how to be a striker on his channel as well. So definitely check him out. But yeah, this channel, like the videos, subscribe to the channel. If this is not your first time watching me, then you obviously like the videos enough to keep watching. So subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. And then if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments below. If you want to get added to the group, leave a comment below. If you need more tips on Pro Clubs, leave a comment below and we can chat and I can help you out in that sense. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you very soon. Thank you.